Hello everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the footwork on the serve. And this is a spin-off from a video I put out recently on Jack Draper's serve and his pinpoint stance. Had some feedback on that, on the foot position, and I'm going to clarify that for you today, show you what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing to optimize your serve performance. So having your feet in the right place is so important for your balance and your power. Regardless of whether you're a platform server or pinpoint server, the concepts apply the same. But when I did the review of Jack Draper's serve a few weeks back, recently, he puts his foot beyond, like he's lefty, so we're going to go lefty here. And when he goes into his pinpoint, his left foot goes past his right. And I just made a little comment that, that's not ideal for most players. And really what happens is, and certainly at the recreational level, is that becomes a little bit more pronounced. So what ends up happening is there's a separation in the body position, and literally there's a twist. So if I were to exaggerate that a little bit and go here, and I get myself in this position, you can see that I'm not in an optimal position to create power. I've got an extreme separation between my shoulder angle and my hips. Now, some of you might be thinking, isn't that what I do on my forehand? Don't I want to get shoulder rotation past my hips? And yes, you do, but that's because you're playing down here. But when you're over your head, the biomechanics are completely different. So it's a weak position to be here, where if I were hitting a forehand, it would be a strong position. So let's make sure we distinguish that. When you're in this position and you're out here, and you're in this twist, now you really can't use your legs properly. You tend to open up early. There's a lot of things that really go wrong with this position. So it's less than ideal. There are pros that have the back foot slide a little bit outside, but rarely will you see this. But I see a lot of recreational players that submit videos to me who do have their feet in the wrong position. And this principle applies whether you're a pinpoint where you're bringing it in and getting here, or even if you're a platform and you're here, this would be less than ideal. So what is ideal? Well, for me, I like to think about having the ball of my back foot nestle into the arch of my front foot. So it's kind of like a little two pieces of a puzzle sliding together. And you can see that here on this angle here. They just slide in. It kind of gives me a little guideline for really lining my feet up. And the end result of this is that I'm in alignment and I'm balanced and I'm in alignment and everything is lined up. Legs, knees, everything is really perfect to create power. So that would be the ideal position for a pinpoint. And then for a platform, you could do the same thing. You could just put the arch into the ball and then slide it straight back. And now I'm in my platform stance. So I'm a platform server. So this is really where my feet would be. And it sets me up so that I'm really side on to my target when I enter into my trophy position. And it sets me up so that I'm in a unified, well-aligned position to create power. And that's really obviously what we want, ideally, on the serve. You might be thinking, I don't even know if I should be a platform server or a pinpoint server. And if we look at ATP and certainly WTA, the majority of players, certainly on WTA, are pinpoint servers. There's probably a majority on the ATP as well. The reason is really it's an individual stylistic thing. I think that what we're all trying to find is rhythm, and we're trying to find balance and athleticism that we can insert into our serve. And the pinpoint, because it has a motion to it, and it tends to have more of a loading feel to it. It's more natural for the majority of advanced players to use the pinpoint. The weakness of the pinpoint, you're just adding another element of movement to the serve, and you have to time that well. If you don't time that well, it can be very disruptive to your serve. So for most recreational players, especially if you're trying to develop your skills in your developmental phase or improving your serve, I would just go to the platform because it just simplifies things. In fact, a lot of recreational players that I've worked with over the years actually begin to move their feet and chase the ball around, chase bad tosses. Where with a platform, you're committed to your position. You're very, very committed. So if the ball's not in the right area, you're not going to be able to move. Where the pinpoint kind of gives you the ability to create a greater range where you could actually chase the ball around and play it. And that's a bad habit to get into. So if you're struggling and you want to work on the fundamentals of your serve, I'd go back to a platform to do that. One of my friends who's a former top 100 player who struggled with his serve for years and got with a renowned serve coach and worked on his serve, and he put him into a platform and he became a much, much better server within like a week. So there's a lot of evidence that supports a platform serve is the great place to start. And then if you find that you're more natural with your pinpoint, then you can go to your pinpoint after your foundational skills and your fundamentals are all built in. So One other thought on the Pinpoint. This is key. Now, there's different players that have different styles, and if we look at Casper Ruud, for example, he actually brings his foot up while his hand is rising. But I don't recommend that. In most Pinpoint servers, you're going to see that they're going to release the ball first and then bring the foot up while the ball is rising. So when the ball begins to descend, they're loaded in. But if you're bringing the foot up while you're tossing, that makes things complicated and throws you out of rhythm, throws you out of balance. So be careful about that if you are working on becoming a Pinpoint server. You know, just one good example is Jannik Sinner, who was a platform server 2 years ago, went into the Pinpoint, it changed his serve, it gave him more confidence, gave him more power, and I think that was a big reason why he launched himself from, you know, let's say 15 in the world to number 1 in the world, was his serve. He changed that serve, discovered that the Pinpoint was really his preferred way to optimize his serve performance, and it really worked for him. So get out there and experiment and try to discover what works best for you. Once again, if you would like me to take a look at your serve, click on the link in the description down below. My video analysis program is super popular. I help hundreds and hundreds of players work on and improve their serves through my video analysis program, so take a look at that. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Get out on the court and work on your serve, and start with your feet. Whenever I work with a student, I always start from the ground and work up. If your feet are in the right place at the right time and you've got a good balance and a good rhythm into that position, you're going to have a chance at really improving your serve. If your feet are in the wrong position, you're out of balance, out of rhythm, then everything's going to start to fall apart and nothing's going to get really, really good. So get out there and work on it. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Give us a like, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video. We've got a lot more coming here at Performance Plus Tennis. We'll see you in the next lesson.